Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Leon Fulford here. Um, I was talking about in an earlier video about building this 4-gang 8-outlet receptacle box with an extension cord attached to it, using an extension cord. Like I was talking about, this gives us options on how many devices we can plug in. And as you can see, this would be good for you know, this is my project. I would not advise doing something like this as unless you are going to use it yourself. Do not uh, do this as far as using this and selling this kind of item. This art project for me, kind of like an art project, is something I created that to further my practice in uh, electrical wiring. Um, this is something that you can use if you build this for your own self. Do not try to sell this. Do not try to use this at a um, construction site as in your own as with a company that you might work for. This is a this would be a violation um, of many different electrical codes. I would have to say this because this obviously is not the way you want to build something like this. What I did here, as you can see, is I used a combination of duct tape and electrical tape as to build a box. Not the box, but to build a cover for these receptacles. Um, it cost I don't know, a few dollars just to buy the receptacle cover, in which I am not going to drive all the way to Lowe's or Menards to buy the cover when I could just go ahead and use what I've already got in my tool bag. Um, this here is an attempt to keep out water, but this box here, it is not waterproof by any means. Do not think that this box will become waterproof. And it is advisable, if you build something like this, even if you do use the covers for these, unless you use a totally concealed cover with the flaps that come down onto these receptacles, um, then it still is not going to be waterproof. Uh, Water and electricity obviously just does not mix, but you can use this if you build this yourself. You can use this for outside lawn care, like plugging in your another extension cord into it and setting it up on the porch and go weed eat or something like that, or run a shop vac. Or you can use something like this to plug in 8 different electronical devices, such as like DVD player. It'll run really low amp items, such as like a DVD player probably only uses a half an amp. Make sure that don't go over 15 amps, because these are ran in series. So therefore, it is, if I ran this in parallel, which I would have, that's what I wanted to do, but I found it would be a whole lot easier just to do, the cheap way to do is run it in series. So therefore, if one burns out, all of them burn out. But since this project is my project and I will only be myself using this, we have a way that a lot of people don't know, unless you are an electrician, or we can check a continuity. I believe it's OL. There we go. Check a continuity. Now, if this tells us checking continuity, I am seeing here. I just need to check continuity. There we go. We got continuity. So well, it means we've got continuity. There we go. With this really high dollar field piece, you can actually get one of these a whole lot cheaper on eBay, and some people got these on eBay for sale. And what we can do is check this for continuity. We got OL. What this tells us is that this circuit is connected. We got continuity here on hot and hot. We got continuity, yep, we got continuity here on negative to negative. That's because this is ran in series, and this circuit here is closed. Not closed, but it is connected. If there was a wire burnout, we would have OL, which means it's an open circuit. It means it's open. But since this is closed, because this is connected with this. So if I went from here, this negative here to this negative over here, same thing, because this is closed. There's a wire running from here to this one, to this side, and so it's connected. Same thing, negative to negative, it's connected. It is connected. So same thing. We know that our receptacles are good. We know that our receptacles are good. Same thing with the negative to negative on the end over here. I mean positive to positive on the end over here at the last one in the series of receptacles hooked up. We're getting some connection there. I'm playing around with it because I don't like for it to beep too much. And see, we touch our probes together. If I can get up here real close so you can see it all. We got continuity. So that means if we're reading OL, that means that there is a break in the circuit, which there is a break in the circuit. See, they're totally set apart from each other. They're set apart from each other. They're not connected. That means OL. So that's a little bit of a kind of a tip there. You can check circuits, check receptacles, check switches, and many different other electrical devices, such as like push buttons. If you press them in, you have somebody else press it in, and check it out, and you find OL, that means that you got a break in your circuit there. And what you got to do is, if it's pushed in for power and you've got OL, you got a bad push button, bad switch, bad receptacle, the whole slew of different devices. So that's a good tip there to look for. You may have some other problems as well, but generally that's what you got to look for. But I'm just excited about this. I put this together with a lot of this is our Menards plug-in I bought fairly cheap. They used to be a lot cheaper, but I think because they switched to a better brand, the Hubbell, what they call Hubbell, they've designed them a whole lot better. Not sure if they did or not, but I would assume so. But this is I'm not going to pay $4 or $5 for a cover, so I just decide, well, duct tape and some electrical tape that I've already got will satisfy this, because if I have a bad receptacle go bad in the future, I can just ohm it out, because I would be the only one that'd be using this. This is not something that you want to resell. Don't ever build this and resell it to somebody, because you could be liable for it. If someone gets shocked, electrocuted real bad, shocked real bad or electrocuted. There's a difference in between being shocked and electrocuted. Electrocuted just simply means death. Being shocked severely is another way to describe being shocked. But I'm going to end this, and I thought that I would describe this to you a little bit better. So thanks for watching. Bye.